This series of videos were first made in 2015, but their message is still relevant to Camera Club members today. Due to the age of the videos, they're going to be best viewed at 1600 pixels by 900 pixels. And I'll place a link to the How to Win playlist below. Hello, my name's Barry Beckham and the title of these tutorials are How to Win Camera Club Competitions. Perhaps your first question might be, who am I to be able to make such a claim? Well, I do have 40 years experience and my own success is what I offer. I do pretty well in competitions and better than most. You're viewing some of my entries for the past months now. I could have been more diplomatic and chosen another name for these tutorials, but the words how to win do have a certain impact, don't they? And that's what much of our club photography needs in my view, a little more impact and wow value. Now, if you admit you're trying to win a camera club competition or do well in a camera club competition, then you can attract a little bit of criticism. You could be seen as being a little too obsessed with being first past the winning post and or for being over-competitive. I don't actually agree with that view myself, because it seems to suggest that trying to do well in our photography indicates there's something psychologically wrong with us. You may be lectured, as I have over the years, on the fact that winning is not the be-all and end-all, and that winning isn't important because photography is a subjective subject. Well, there's no denying that it is up to a point, but of course doing well is important. Practically everything in life is competitive. Competition raises standards, and it's why camera clubs the world over have competitions in the first place. Club competitions tap into our natural human competitive spirit, and whether we realise it at the time or not, these competitions are helping our photography a great deal. Of course, if you never set yourself any personal goals at all, you have nothing to achieve. Now, the upside of that is that you cannot fail, and your ego will remain intact. The downside is that you're less likely to achieve what you're looking for. The only measurement that we have that our photographic skills are improving is comparing ourselves with our peers, and that is exactly what camera club competitions do. Photography is an art, so to try to compare two works of art does seem an odd thing to do. Imagine a judge who has to judge a picture of a child playing on a beach, and the very next picture may be of a steam train. But if there was some radical alternative to camera club competitions, I think some enterprising club somewhere would have discovered it by now. I have heard it said many times that some photographers are discouraged to enter competitions because they feel they cannot compete with the best of the images they see. In my own earlier days in photography, when I saw great images that I wish I had taken, I was inspired by the experience and not discouraged. So if you are a little discouraged, then you're probably concentrating too much on the competition angle and not the critiquing, which is the important part. Competitions are the way you learn within your camera club. A club is just a group of like-minded enthusiasts who learn from each other in an informal way. It's a gradual process, but how gradual depends on your enthusiasm and willingness to learn. There, it's good to start with a little bit of controversy, isn't it? At least it grabs the attention, and that really was the reason for my title, How to Win. But now here's the main point. What a photographic judge is looking for to be able to award us top marks is exactly the same thing we should all be looking for when we're out with the camera or sitting in front of our PC ready to work on our images. We need to put in just a little effort, and we need to cross the T's and dot the I's, as they say. There's an old saying that goes something like, "The harder I work at my photography, the luckier I seem to become." Now, we can increase our success rate before we even look at any photographic techniques. All it takes is a little thought and planning, and we're going to talk about these issues a little later. I'm going to demonstrate how you can deal with a list of common issues that judges raise week in and week out. Many are easily dealt with in our image editor, either Photoshop, Lightroom or Elements. What are those issues? Well, we're coming to that in the next sections. So what we're offering here is 40 years plus of Camera Club competition experience, both as a competitor and a judge. The steps we need to take to improve our photography and therefore our chances in a competition are not always very big steps. Some of the simplest and easiest techniques to apply often have the greatest impact, but you need to know what they are, of course. We're going to look at all of those techniques that I hear judges talking about week in, week out. Now, to be honest, even if we forget winning competitions completely, we still need these techniques in our day-to-day photography. In fact, learning what makes a good picture, why one image stands out from another, is important not only when we're out taking photos, but also when we're sitting at our computer, ready to do any after work.